welcome everybody. It is Friday morning. I'm your head coach, Aaron Adranya of the Black Flag Running Club, and we're heading into our Saturday long run connected with week 18 of our training program. So as you know, we're in a recovery mode, and this really presents itself well on these Saturday runs, meaning that we're going to be taking a significant haircut off the top of some of our mileage. This allows our body to overall recover, heal up from the bigger miles that we've been asking it to do, and ultimately will bring us back as a stronger runner because we're giving that opportunity for body to generally recover. So that's what we've got planned for this Saturday run. Make sure that if this falls because you're trying to peak for a different race, you make sure that you do include these recovery runs somewhere in your overall training schedules. If you've got questions about how to be able to do that, or you've got another race in mind that you're trying to prepare for virtually or otherwise, send us an email at coach@blackflagrunningclub.com, and we can get back to you, kind of respond and help you adjust the schedule to make sure that you are peaking at the appropriate time for the race that you want to do. So just something to kind of keep in mind as we head into this long run for week 18 of the Black Flag Running Club. Okay, so we know it's a recovery week now. Now let's dive into each one of the subgroups and take a look at what we've got planned for you this weekend. So first off, we're going to be starting with the rock and roll group. We've got you listed at doing a total, this is for the run walkers. You guys are going to be doing between 100 and 120 minutes out there this Saturday. Your interval is going to be listed as a 1:9 or a 1:14. So 1 minute walking followed by 9 minutes of running, or 1 minute walking followed by 14 minutes of running. Interval and PR chasers, we've got the same type of mileage prescribed for each of you. Again, it's a pretty wide range depending on where you've kind of been at in your training, but here's how they should lay it out. You should be somewhere between 8 and 12 miles. Now, if you've been doing half marathon training, the 8 mile mark is probably going to be the most appropriate for you. If you are in full marathon mode, then something at that 12, between 10 and 12 would be the most appropriate. Now, remember, we've been following this training program under the impression that we're trying to peak here next week when it actually is the race period that we're going to be running on. So if you're doing something different, then we may need to accommodate that a little bit, but if you are planning to peak in preparation for Rock and Roll Virtual, that's kind of how you'll go about adjusting your time frame from there. All right, so we also had the restart group. Let's take a look at what we've got planned for you this weekend. All right, so for the restart training program, the run walkers, you guys are going to be out there for a whole total of 100 minutes, and your interval is going to match that of the rock and roll group at a 1:9 or 1:4. Again, this is new for you as far as an interval is concerned. 1 minute walking followed by 9 minutes of running, and then also 1 minute walking followed by 14 minutes of running. Whichever of those two intervals makes sense for you is what you should be following, with a total 100 minutes on your feet. Alrighty, this weekend we are going to be taking on the Mission Bay Outer Loop. This shouldn't be a big surprise. We've kind of done sections of this loop and or the actual loop itself multiple times in the past. So let's take a look at the map just so we've got a good indication as to what exactly this is going to look like. We're starting off from the Crown Point location. Now, in the past, we've been able to park down there and take off and run along the boardwalk that's right next to the water. Due to some of the closures, I believe that this parking lot is still currently closed, so you will need to park in the neighborhood right near Crown Point. So look at the address below. Anywhere in that neighborhood is going to be a good starting point, basically between where we typically run and Crown Point Coffee. Anywhere in that neighborhood would be a really good place to start. So from there, we're going to hit the street, and we are going to be running parallel to the water. We're going to be heading in a clockwise fashion towards Campland by the Bay. From there, we're going to hit the pedestrian bridge as we pass in front of Campland by the Bay, go over the pedestrian bridge, and then we'll run into De Anza Cove. Now, again, currently, that boardwalk is currently closed, so we'll have to be running on the exterior road around Mission Bay, in front of the Mission Bay Visitor Center, heading all the way towards the end where the entrance to Fiesta Island is at. Now, if you're looking to add on some additional mileage, Fiesta Island, I believe, is open. You can either add on a 4.4 and or 2.7, or a combination of each if you're looking to really get up there in the mileage. But again, we are using this as a recovery week, so most of us will be out there for about 8 miles.
Alrighty, from here, we're going to keep going straight and we're going to be running along this pedestrian walkway as it heads around and towards the entrance of SeaWorld Drive. Now, there's two options here. You can actually run on the street itself, which takes you on the outside of that preserve area, and or interior road, which is the boardwalk. Now, that boardwalk, I went by one time it was open, and then there was another time that it was closed. So this is one of those areas that you're going to have to look at on the fly, but again, you can run on that road along the exterior, which is SeaWorld Drive. Eventually, if you do run on the boardwalk, you'll come to a gazebo. There's a dirt road that kind of cuts over towards SeaWorld Drive that you're going to need to end up on. Either way, you run around the exterior of SeaWorld's parking lot. Eventually, you are going to come back into Ingram. From there, you're going to go across the two bridges of Ingram Street. When you get to the top of the second bridge, from there, you'll be making that right-hand turn, running back over to wherever you parked your car. All right, so that's going to make up your 8-mile loop. With those extensions, you can get up until you can get up to the 16-mile range. But again, without any of the add-ons, you'll be doing about 8 miles this weekend at Mission Bay. All right, have a great run.
And that concludes our week 18 training video with the Black Flag Running Club. We got one more week left. Take a look at our social medias. We're starting to talk a little bit more about what that summer season is going to look like, and I hope that you'll continue to be part of it with us. And we'll see you guys in a few more weeks, hopefully, as some of these openings, it looks like they might allow us to see some people face to face, but we'll make some announcements related to that once we get the details finalized with both the city and with the county and state, obviously, which is providing the guidelines to us. Alrighty, so with there, remember, stay connected, be safe out there, run strong, and we'll see you guys on Monday morning with our next Black Flag Running Club training video. Bye, guys.